That's right, baby. We are back. Happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you for spending part of your Saturday with us on Saturday Day Live. And although I say us, you see just me. And that is because Ryan is taking the night off. He's got some things to attend to, so he won't be joining us. Late night LeBron took an excursion out to Franken Sons earlier today. He is on the way back, so we do expect him to check in before the night is through. But as you may have seen from my many social media postings, no matter what, we still have somebody else to hang out with because we have a very, very special guest, one of the coolest people in the Mythic Legions community that I've met and I've had the pleasure and honor of getting to know over the years. Just a really good all-around dude, and just talk about good looking. Holy crap. Your friend and mine from Detour Customs, Stephan Delatour. What's up, man?
What's going on, brother? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, man. I just, we were chatting just a little bit before we went on here, and it's been too long, man. It's been too long since we've hung out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, man. Like we were saying, our con season has a bit of a lull during the springtime, and now the summer's kicked off officially. Well, unofficially, but it's happening, man. You're gonna see a whole lot more. I mean, you're gonna have a hard time getting rid of me now.
I'm super excited about it, and I know you have a lot of exciting things coming up. We've gotten to know each other a little bit over the years, but maybe one of the coolest things we did was last year we went to PowerCon together. Me, and Trevor drove there together. That was awesome.
That was so awesome, man. I mean, no ride is too long or too short when you're in good company, and having you and Trevor, it was a blink of an eye. It was just fun every single moment. And PowerCon was incredible, seeing all of our friends and the other fellow collectors. I mean, that was the highlight of 23. And, I'm looking forward to, making some new memories with you guys this year and, kicking it off. I think this June, it's going to be great. And I'm pumped. I'm very excited and much needed because you guys are my therapy. So can't wait.
Yes, I know. And Stephan, I know you're a family man now. You've got a beautiful young family that's burgeoning right now. Everybody doing good?
Everybody's doing great. My son is he's a chatterbox now. He's running around, getting injured and asking me a bunch of questions and demanding crackers and snacks and juice and what you could probably expect from a 2-year-old. But he's doing great. So, and you guys see him at Legions Con. I'll bring him by.
I'm excited about that, man. I can't wait. You mentioned the con season coming up. We're here.
Yes.
It's summertime, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. I pulled a picture or two. We're both gonna be at the Maryland Toy Show next week, right?
Timonium, yes. I've never heard of Timonium, Maryland. It sounds like some sort of rare mineral that we're gonna fight over or something.
I hear if you inject it into your body that you can use it much like Wolverine. Timonium.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's about time I get some enhancements, man. I'm hurting, man. My back, my knees. I need some enhancements.
But one thing I just learned, talking about con season, big news. Is this okay to share on the interwebs about a certain other show this summer you might be attending, a fairly big one?
Oh, yes. I'm actually going to San Diego Comic-Con this year also.
Have you ever been before?
Never. I've been to San Diego, just not the con. And
right.
It's one of those shows. It's like, yeah, I'll probably never make it being on the East Coast and, being that far off. But we have New York City Comic-Con here, but I think the San Diego culture is a bit different and a lot more extreme.
It's the granddaddy of them all, right?
Yeah, of course. You talk about the con shuts down the entire city.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's definitely a high point in the summer, especially since, like we said, we're not going to get PowerCon this year. So it left a void.
Yeah, 100%. Real quick, we got our first super chat of the night, Steph. Listen, it's you bring Stephan Delatour on, the super chats start rolling in.
Super chat. I like super chat. Hey, it's Kirk, my man.
Curtis Ackerman in the house. $4.99 super chat. Curtis, thank you. You didn't need to do that, buddy, but we appreciate it. And Curtis says, snuck out of my kid's graduation just long enough to pop in and say hi. Love both of these great gentlemen. Have a great show. Curtis, congratulations to your family, man, on the graduation.
Yes, man.
That's freaking awesome, man. Congrats. Cue the pomp and circumstance like it was Macho Man in 1987, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. And speaking of Curtis, so obviously the main event, the main topic that we have sort of tonight, besides whatever we want to talk about, is that new Mythic Legions wave that was announced last night.
Oh my gosh.
For anybody that missed it, Curtis invited me and a bunch of other people on a panel of people for sort of like an after show to talk about the wave on the Off-World show. So check that out. Archived on YouTube. You can check it out. I hopped on. Trevor 16 Shooter was on. Dorklair was on. Joe Gonzalez is on the show all the time anyway, so he was on. Obviously, Curtis was on. Jesse showed up a little bit later. Hopefully, I'm not missing anybody, but it was a cool show as we sort of went over some of the reveals, which I would like to do here because you and I have not talked about this new wave yet, right, Steph?
No, we have not. We have not.
All right.
I'm still on cloud.
Yeah. So just want to say what's up to some of the people in the chat real quick before we get into the nitty gritty. Dave Orkin, for probably the 10th show in a row, first comment in the comment section.
Shout out
section.
to Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Dave actually made this shirt for me. Shout out to Dave. If you need any of your shirt making needs, that's your man, Dave Orkin. He is. Yeah. I mean, I have 50 of these, and I have like 10 of them on rotation. I haven't even given them out. I'm just gonna wear them all myself. It's such good quality. Thank you, Dave.
I probably have one of the new Dorklair t-shirts that was designed by David Williams and physically printed, put together by Dave Orkin, probably in my mailbox right now. So hopefully before the end of the weekend, I'll have my new Dorklair t-shirt. Kirby says going to be a hot one tonight. We're going to mention Kirby later on tonight because he ended up having a very cool connection with the reveals. How cool was that, man?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Purple Gang.
Purple Gang, Wholesome Warlock. Jordan, what's going on, man? Rick Jones in the house says, what is up Saturday at night show crew and the chat? That's right. Rob Zamora. Hey, yo. What's going on the West Coast, Rob?
Ozzy.
There's Jesse. What's up, Jesse?
Jess.
Salutations of Salu. I didn't get that.
Salutations.
Oh. Damn, that was
good.
You,
bro. I got you, man.
Damn. Amber Gonzalez in the house, another member of the SDL crew. What's up, Amber?
Amber.
Raylan Chisholm in the house.
Raylan.
TJ, what's going on, man? Saying, hey, TJ Williams.
What's up, TJ?
The better looking of the two Williamses. It's not for me to say. Not for me to say. Speaking of Joe Gonzalez, what's going on, man? Gregory Schmerber, a really good dude. You're going to catch Greg, especially in the Northeast at shows. So we're going to be seeing Greg coming up this summer, man.
I can't wait, man. Greg is the man. Love that guy.
Amber, Jesse, Jordan, Greg, Michael Morales saying, hello, everyone. What's going on? Jesse Arnold with the super chat, $1.99 super chat. Thanks, Jesse, man. Jesse says, can't wait to see you both at the Maryland Toy Expo. And that's the technical name, Maryland Toy Expo next week. I can't wait either. Anthony Houseel, what's going on, Ant from the Toy Forge?
What's going on? The Dwarf King himself.
So again, thanks everybody for hopping in the chat. I love hanging out with all of you virtually on a Saturday and talking some nerdy stuff, some dorky stuff. And I love it when we get to have a cool guest like my man Steph right here. Here we go. Let me just pulling together my slideshow here. Where's my slideshow? Oh, sorry. That was the one from my birthday. Here we go.
By the way, we're both May babies. So again, happy birthday to you, my friend.
Yeah, and happy birthday again to you, man. Here we go. Here we go. Did you do anything special for your birthday?
Absolutely not. So that weekend, so my birthday fell on a Friday. It was Friday, May 3rd, and just kind of laid low. But then my son decided he wanted to run into a door hinge, stitches. Not too.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, I was in the emergency room for my birthday weekend.
Oh man, how do you handle it?
Like a champ, because he was, as soon as we got to the emergency room, we got the stitches, he was right back at it, jumping, running. It's nonstop with this kid.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man.
Like Casper.
Michael Casper in the house. What did I do last week? So it's funny. So my birthday is May 26th. And what that tends to mean is that my birthday usually falls on Memorial Day weekend, right? Which is cool because that means you get an extra long weekend right around your birthday. Right. But we just kind of hung out at home. I did do a live stream last Saturday, and then Sunday, my actual birthday, Victoria, my wife, put together a little crab boil. So we hung out. And watched AEW Double or Nothing. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but over the last year, I got back into wrestling after not being into wrestling for like 25 years, literally 25 years, a little over a year. Just a couple of, like, I have a buddy at work that was into it. So I just all of a sudden, like, just started watching AEW and got way into it. And here we are.
I mean, it's gotten a lot better quality wise, I think, more elaborate storylines, better stunts, all around better entertainment, to be honest.
It's been cool, man. And plus, my son Chase is 13 now, which I can't even believe that. But when I go, because AEW tends to come around, they normally have events in Newark at the Rock, and he goes with me. So he's like, he's my buddy, and we go to, he's my con buddy too. We go to conventions together, we go to wrestling events together. He's my man. He's my A1.
As it should be. Yeah.
All right. So I did put together a little slideshow to sort of get us talking here for a little bit. Thanks again, Steph, for coming on as our first guest here, or our only guest today.
The honor is mine, sir.
What's the deal? So this is the new section that I'm going to use at the beginning of the live stream here for essentially old business and new business, kind of like a what's going on, what's happening, what's been going on. Real quick, because I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this either. Did you end up getting the Figura Obscura set?
I did not. I figured I could pick it up at the Timonium show. I wanted to leave a little bit of chase, because we're going to make that drive out there, right? So I want to have at least a good reason to, make the gas mileage worthwhile. So I told myself, I'm going to take the chance, I'm going to take the risk, and pick it up at the show if it's there. I think I have more satisfaction and more overall utility when I go to a show and I get something awesome like this instead of, getting it through the mail. So, and thankfully I'm one of the lucky ones who have real good proximity to the Horsemen. So I saved this one for the show, but just judging from the photos, oh my gosh,
they're so good. As good as you think they are, it's better. It's better. It's fan. And you know what? I'm pretty sure you're going to be fine. I mean, the Horsemen had the set, the drop weekend. So the same weekend that the set dropped, they had them at the show on the table. In the last couple of years, they've been really good about having every Figura Obscura has been on the table at shows around here that I've seen at some point. Maybe not at every show, maybe not in the same quantities, but they've been, around. Yeah, Jesse agrees. Jesse says, Steph, you're going to love these. He's 100% right.
And I don't know, a lot of folks guess they pretty much guessed what the set would be, or what the characters would be at least.
Right.
But nothing could have prepared us for what we actually got. I mean, just stunned. Is this the first instance that we have a complete human build from limb to limb?
Well, wasn't Monkey? Well, I don't know if do you mean what's the important part there? The fact that it's a complete new build or human new build, right?
Bare knees, bare human ankles. I think this might be the first instance where you can have a completely naked kind of human.
Yes. So that being huge. The point, I think the answer is 100% yes, because I know when they came out, the huge thing everybody was saying was, look at the bare arms, the bare legs. Look at all the stuff we
Yes.
got here. It's fantastic, man. I've still got them on my desk here. They might end up being figures of the year. Plus the fact that it was a 2-pack, freaking awesome.
Right on top.
So,
it's like the OxyClean commercial. But wait, there's more.
There's more. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah. So I wanted to hear your take on that, but I'm pretty sure they'll be there. Speaking of which, Detour Customs, I wanted to take a step back here, and Steph Delatour is the CEO behind Detour Customs, one of the most highly respected 3D third-party companies that are sort of in the community. And Steph, why don't you just sort of talk to us a little bit? What's the deal with Detour Customs?
So I started Detour Customs on the heels of the well, at least in this incarnation with the 3D printing, and slightly before the pandemic. I was a regular customizer, kind of wanted to make the collection a bit more robust. And I used to sculpt in, epoxy clay and other mediums. But I found that with 3D printing, there was a certain degree of reproducibility that I could achieve, and I could actually share this stuff with my friends. I used to do molding and casting, but it wasn't sustainable. But 3D printing has a bit more reproductive property. So it was great, and I was able to kind of get a lot of units out and share with the friends and in the community and kind of get that stuff out. So I started doing shows, and it kind of just evolved. And I get a real kick out of just cranking this stuff out. I'm a bit unconventional in my designs. I freestyle a lot, references from a lot of dark fantasy, but I just make what I like, and if folks like it too, that's even better for me.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty renowned, I would say, for all of the different weapons that you make, and
right.
Because you fulfill a lot of different categories here. So one thing that I've noticed a lot over the last year or two from your stuff, like if you're set up at ToyCon or otherwise, some of these translucent weapons, man, like
yes.
I imagine you can't keep these in stock. People love these things, right?
Yeah, can't keep them on fast enough. But I think translucence, kind of like with vac metal that you love so much, it adds a different quality to the normal plastic that we get.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the color, but the way it captures the light. It adds a different element of like a natural affinity, like your water, your fire, your earth, your wind, and a bit of a magical kind of quality. And I just love that kind of stuff. So yeah, I definitely love doing stuff in color. Keeps things interesting too.
Where did I also wanted to see here? So one thing that sort of came up, this is probably the better way to do it. One thing that came up last night was how, we've got this new ogre scale figure, the Frost Ogre, that came out.
Yes.
But we get sort of the same, weapon, which is fine. But in the past, you've had some really great ogre scale weapons. And this bad boy is still on your site. Can we expect anything more in the ogre scale coming from Detour?
Absolutely. So I did a few. I try to do weapons in every scale in every category. So for the ogres, the ogre swords, the ogre clubs, ogre hammers, ogre axes, and even ogre bows. The ogre bow that I made, I actually sold at a Legion shop. It was this wooden themed kind of bow, and actually I string them. They're fully functional. So I feel like the ogres don't get enough love, but to be honest, they're my favorite weapons to make. I just love outlandishly big and overproportioned pieces, so that's like right up my alley.
I think Big Greg was showing us. Didn't you make at one point an ogre scale weapon, but for like the Frost Like,
Yes, yes.
um,
So that the weapon Greg showed on the show last night, that was a weapon I did for Melissa Somerville,
mhm.
Lady Tech Studios. It was a huge frost club, and it was for a regular 1.0, but it was big enough, and it was big enough to fit the ogre. So, and you'll also notice I do a lot of that too. I'll make a weapon of a weird size, and it could kind of fit both scales sometimes. So, um, versatility.
This
Ah,
one,
yes, the flame sword
this is still available. There's not
still
like,
available.
listen, this stuff doesn't last long, man. Look at this beautiful translucent flaming sword. You could use it for good guys, bad guys, Arathier. Incredible.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun one to make. With the drop of the Poxus wave, I got brand new inspiration, and I came out with a lot of different magic pieces. And the flame sword was one of the tail end pieces. It was really really good. As far as making that one, I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
You know what I didn't grab, and I really wish that I had now because I did want to talk to you about it. Ant just brought it up. Did you don't have a picture of that catapult by any chance, do you?
So the catapult was funny. I made two of them. That one actually made all out of wood. And messing around with Ant, in our conversations, we kind of come up with these crazy ideas. And he made this awesome goblin, parachute goblin custom for me. And we're just launching it during Legion's Con. But I made the catapult, and it was pretty awesome project. Made two of them, but Machu Toys and his sister Ari, they bought both of them, so I had no more after that.
Oh, that's who got them.
Mm-hmm. Swiped them.
Yeah, because I was right there with yours. Your table and Anthony's table were like right next to each other, right?
Yep.
And we set up the catapult and we're like launching it, like, and it was like working. And I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah, and I like making practical stuff. It just makes the time pass, and it was a great time. And Anthony, we'll be together again this year. We'll be right next to each other, and hopefully for Legion's Con to come. That's my road dog, man. I love that man. I love that man.
Yeah, Ant's the best, even though he still got this weird thing with the dwarves, man. I don't know what it is, but
You
whatever.
know, you
You
know,
know?
I love it though, because before he even said anything, no one cared about the dwarves. No one said anything. No dwarf love whatsoever. So, shout out to him. Shout
Yeah.
out to the dwarves. Kings under
Uh,
the mountain.
One more piece I wanted to mention because you've had it out, sort of showing it at shows recently. And I actually have one now, is these magic circles with the runes on them.
Yes, yes,
What a
yes.
cool idea, man. Like, especially with the wizards coming out now in Mythic Legions, it's such a cool thing to add to the arsenal. What can you
Yes.
tell me about what was the inspiration for this?
So I would make translucent magic effects, 3D printed. But the first run that I had, I found that taking photos of them, you can't really see the figure. They're a bit too big, and if you don't hit the angle just right, you just have a picture of a magic circle. It's like I got to figure out a way to capture both the majesty of the rune itself and the beautiful four horseman figure. So I came up with this clear acrylic circles with engraved runes on them. So this was a great compromise. I'm actually coming out with another set, but they'll be colored. This one I kind
Mhm.
of kept a bit bare, so the empty spaces in between could look as if there was actually no acrylic at all. But um, I want to kind of jazz it up a little bit, add some color, see what I can do next, how to take it to the next level. But this was a really, really fun piece to come up with. And definitely we'll be having more of these.
I love the way your mind works.
Yeah.
like, like I don't know that everybody would have really thought about that, but it almost looks like it. I don't. You just see the look on his face, like him weaving a magic spell with the runes. Like it's just perfect.
Right,
I
right.
love it.
Oh, and when you get yours, don't forget to take off the clear protective cover so you can get the full the full transparency of it.
Oh, cool. Yeah. But Anthony coming through in the clutch here. Here we go. You ready for this?
Ah.
Hopefully this sound is okay. I'll turn the sound down a little bit. All right, check this out, you guys. This is it. Oh my God. Go.
I'm recording.
Slow-mo, baby. Here it comes.
So while we watch it, initially I had to make the catapult a bit too powerful, and I didn't want to bring an actual weapon into the forest. I had to reduce the tension on the elastic band that I was using. So our goblin friend didn't get too much air, but a coworker of mine, he actually came with his daughter, and she wanted a demonstration. I made the payouts out of foam oranges from Dollar Tree, and I just painted them up, crushed them up, made them look like boulders, and actually nailed her right in the head. And thankfully, I'm like, man, had I not reduced the tension, this girl would have been going to the ER. I'm like, oh man, crisis averted. So I'm happy with the way it turned out. Real fun stuff.
That's so cool, man. And Ant, thanks for coming through with the video, man. That's sick.
Thanks, Ant.
One more time. Boom.
Oh. And shout out to Ant for engineering that parachute, man. That thing came out great.
And the sights and sounds of Legions Con, right?
I mean, there's no place like it on earth, man. It was bittersweet leaving on the last day, and you want that to last forever. From going to the bar, from being on the floor to being online, seeing everybody high-fiving, and you still haven't really covered the entire con, really. So
there's no chance. It's tough to hit everything at any good convention, I would say. But at Legions Con, it's like almost forget about it, because what you're really there to do is see cool stuff and hang out with all your friends and all the people. So you're going to get wrapped up hanging out with this person and that person. You're not going to see anything. So you might as well just know that you're not going to really in-depth study everything as much as you might like, but you're going to see a bunch of stuff, and you're going to hang out with some cool ass people, and you might see a catapult.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about our niche community. It's very creator driven, and it's I've never seen anything like it. It's you can't recreate what we have in this Legions community at all. So I have such a high respect and high regard for everyone, and I just love you guys to death, man. Really do.
Yeah. Really do. Same, man. Kevin Hamilton checks in and says, I'm going this year, first time. Welcome. You're going to have a blast. Look forward to meeting you in person, man.
Hydrate, Kev. Hydrate. You're going to have a great time, man.
Definitely hydrate. We are going to have a giveaway tonight. We have Chris Ferrone donated a giveaway to begin with. He's been doing these faction banner stands.
Ooh.
So where am I? Here I am. So yeah, so it's the stand part. So like the bottom part here that the faction banners kind of like plug into that he makes. It's a set of 5, and you can plug any of the banners into it. It looks awesome as part of like any kind of display. So that's going to be a giveaway we're going to have later on during the show. Are the Chris Ferrone banner stands. We thank Chris for donating that giveaway. Pop this back up. So that's what it'll be. It'll be a set of 5 with like the fittings here. And later on during the show, we will give that one away. But that's not going to be the only giveaway we're going to have. Detour Customs graciously donating flame swords as well. So multiple giveaways Saturday Day Live, June 1st, 2024. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And before we keep going with our little slideshow here, I think it's just about time we kicked it up a notch because it might be 6:30 on the East Coast, 3:30 on the West Coast, but it's time to go late night.
Ooh, baby.
What up, boys?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, baby. Just got in right now.
Damn,
freaking like 10 miles out from getting off the freeway. They cut down the lanes to one single lane, and yeah, it was bumper to bumper the whole way home. I was like, damn. So what is, my brother? How you doing? How you living?
It's good to see you, bro. Man, I was literally just wearing my late night LeBron shirt the other day to the gym, man. They're like, you ain't LeBron. I'm like, I'm not the LeBron, but I know LeBron. What's up?
Word, appreciate that.
I'm early morning LeBron.
That's right, right. Hey, and don't worry, I turned on the stream on the freeway and I was playing it the whole way, so I haven't missed anything. Talking about timonium and injections, and
yeah,
I'm all about it. I'm right there with you guys. So keep.
You never know we're gonna end up somewhere.
Yeah, it was all good. It's all good.
So yeah,
and I gotta get me one of them flame effect swords, bro. That flame effect sword.
Bro.
Dude, how good do those look?
So sick, bro. That's such a great looking sword, bro. It reminds me of Demon Slayer, bro. When he busts out when he does a flame effect. Yeah, bro. That thing is sick. Yeah, I definitely got a piece one of those. For sure.
Cool. So real quick, last couple of housekeeping things. In the last couple of weeks, Jesse Arnold was announced as a full-time member of Wolf King Customs. Congrats, Jesse.
Baller, bro.
Yeah, Jesse's been manning the Wolf King table last couple of shows anyway, so not super surprising. Couldn't have happened to a more deserving guy. Congrats, Jesse.
Absolutely, man. Flannel Ninja, baby.
That's right.
That's it, baby.
So again, real quick, wanted to talk. Steph and I mentioned that we're going to be at the Maryland Toy Expo in Timonium, as you heard, LeBron.
Yeah.
Next Saturday. Cool part is the convention, I think, is pretty big and is in a couple of different buildings, one of which is actually a 4-H building.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
As in like Heads, Heart, Hands, Health, 4-H, not Four Horsemen Studios, even though Four Horsemen Studios will be there. Street team event manned by Len LaGuardia.
Very cool.
So Steph, so you have your own. Are you actually setting up a table at the show, or are you just coming? What's the deal there?
I'm just a casual this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to this show, and one of the biggest reasons I want to go is to support Len, to support the Horsemen. D Blake's Makes is going to be there too. He has a table.
Hell yeah, Damien, nice.
For those of you who don't know D Blake, he's the only person making these incredible signs for our shelves, and
mad love to Damien, bro.
Love that dude, man. So he's going to be out there. We're going to show him some love. But also, I think we're a bit underrepresented Legions-wise in the DMV. I know we got great guys like Dex Mallory who live out there. So having a show in that area is great. And it really reels in a lot of the mid-eastern seaboard collectors and kind of gives them an opportunity to have something close by instead of having to troop it either all the way to Jersey or down south to Atlanta. So I think this is it's the beginning of what could be a great show in the future.
Yeah, nice. First time I've ever even really considered going, but it should be pretty cool. I'm going, Len's going, Jesse's going, Nate Armstrong's going to go.
Nice.
I forget who else, but I think a ton of people are going to be there. I think I have to go to my wife's like a law school reunion or something like that on Friday, but then I was gonna hop in the car like 6 a.m. on Saturday, hop in the car and shoot on down. Are you heading down Friday or Saturday, Steph?
I'm probably gonna do Saturday morning. I was debating on staying overnight. There's Brooklyn Comic-Con on Sunday, and there's like a bunch of like celebrities I wanted to see. So yeah, So I'm like, man, I don't know how I'll be able to do it, but I have to prioritize the Maryland show because, again, con season is upon us, and you got to kick it off right.
I hear that.
Yeah, well, I'll touch base with you offline too because that sounds cool, but I'm not sure what I'm doing yet.
Yeah, I think that might be the move, man. But I got the gas. We'll head out there.
Hell yeah.
Eric Miller, EM Customs checking in, says, "Hey guys, hey Steph,
what up?
What up, man?
That's right. Yeah, that day that day is actually my boy's 19th birthday, and we're gonna be out here in Pomona. We're gonna be at the retro gaming con. It's like a retro video game convention or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna be at that. So that's what he wanted to do for his birthday. So we're gonna be geeking out over there over some old school video games. And it's cool too because they have inside the con, they've got a complete, I mean, it's like probably over 80 full-on, fully functional, free play arcade machines from back in the day. I mean, you name it, from Centipede to Pac-Man, Dig Dug, you know, all the old classics, bro.
That sounds awesome.
It's super tight. So
while
he's geeking out in the con, I'm always at the arcade section, just freaking jamming on some old school like Tempest and Defender, and you know, playing Dragon's Lair and stuff like that. So it's
flashbacks to losing all those quarters.
Boy, the heyday, boy, the heyday. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love when cons have the retro video games.
Yeah.
No, ToyCon actually does a pretty good job of, they don't have so much of like arcade setups, but they have like a whole room where they have all kinds of video game systems set up with all kinds of games there. And that's cool. And I love the way stuff like that sort of brings in all different ages sort of together. Like, again, my kid's 13, you know, he comes with me to cons. You know, he likes to look at video game stuff. I like to look at the action figure stuff, but we can both sort of bond on some of that action figure like stations and play some games. So it's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you got to figure too, the kids, they didn't experience cabinets like we did. You know, I would run to the mat with a fistful of quarters, hoping that I would be good enough to make them last and not lose. But you know, kids now, they got the consoles at home. They got controllers. They could turn it off. You know, there's no consequence. When they lose, they could just start over. But when you broke, you're done, man. Go home, kid. You suck.
You're right. You had a handful. You had a pocket full of quarters, man. That was your whole day, and you had to make it last. So you had to get on something you were good at. Someone you could last a couple of levels, you know.
Yeah, where I grew up in South Jersey, it was Spaceport. That was the main arcade, Spaceport. Yeah, and it was like, it was cool. You walked in, like the archway over the door. They had it like it was like the doors to like in a Star Wars ship, right? And you walked in and it was like stepping into a different world with all the different lights going and stuff like that. It was, man, I love going to like the retro arcade places now are still like a big thing. I love that stuff.
Yeah, we actually have one down here in Temecula, down by the bar scene that we have down here, which is really cool because they got a lot of the old school like good machines, and obviously they got like a bar and grill in there, so you can go and eat and have a good time. Obviously it's themed for adults, but they've got all the old school retro machines in there. But when I was a kid, we had in our neighborhood, like right down the street from where we lived, they had two big arcades there that were basically butted back to back, and they took up this whole plaza. One side was the Malibu Grand Prix, which was a arcade building, and then outside on the back end of the building was a full blown, like they had one of those big like go-kart like gas powered go-kart race tracks in the back. So they had that, and then the building next to it was called the Showboat, and it looked like an old like the old steam paddle boats, like the river boats.
Right.
It was like one of those, but it was like the inside was hollowed out, and it had a full on like 3-level arcade inside of it. It was ridiculous. And then on the back side of that building was a full blown, they had like the batting cages, and then they had like a full 18-hole like miniature golf course and the whole nine. So that place was like, that was my childhood, bro. I mean,
that's insane.
Oh, it was like I said, that was the 80s, boy. That was the highlight of the 80s right there. That was it right there. And other than that, like gaming, like you were saying, John, you know, when you had to kind of go find or you didn't have cabinets at home, you know, you had to go find a place to play. Ours was like our local 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven always had I remember they had Mortal Kombat, and they had Street Fighter side by side. So all the kids were in there just dominating each other. It was like, you know, someone was walking out with bragging rights, and someone was walking with their head hang low. You know what I mean? Every day.
Yep. LeBron is like, yeah, they used to have a couple of cabinets in the 7-Eleven, and I right away went, oh, like Galaga? No, Street Fighter? It wasn't 82.
No. They had. I mean, yeah, they had the older machines as they went through, but the one I remember, like I said, when it really got popular, I mean, it was asses to elbow up in that 7-Eleven at one point because every kid in the neighborhood was in there like lined up with their quarters set up on the dash, like I'm next, boy, I'm next. You know what I mean? Like ready to jump on that and just to dominate. So yeah.
What's up, Bill? Dorklayer checking in. Yeah, just pulled out a couple of pieces that you tend to see at the Wolf King table and you might see in Maryland. Here's a art by Ackerman custom here using a slog body, which is pretty nutty. Of course, Patrick Boyle with his Scaphoid Pirate.
Yeah, boy.
PB Customs in the house. And yeah, real quick, before we got into the main event here late night, you took a little excursion to Franken Sons, right?
That's right. Just, hey, nothing like a Saturday to stop at Franken Sons, bro. It's always a good time, man. Just like I said, I mean, that's why I never went to conventions as a kid, man. I just freaking go to Franken Sons, just geek out all day long, man. It's good stuff. And
yeah, you were kind enough to take a bunch of pictures here. There's a bunch
bro.
here.
I mean, there's tons.
So I'm gonna fly through them, but if there's any like that you want to stop and like,
so a lot of stuff, just stuff that's on display. Like my friend, like a lot of these things, these old lunch boxes. My friend Frankie's got these huge glass displays that kind of surround the front end of the building, and it's just, I mean, they're stuffed from top to bottom with old retro, collections of stuff that you used to remember in your past, like all these lunch boxes, just
Dragon's Lair.
I mean, this shit brings back memories, bro. I mean, he must have had like 100 of those lunch boxes in there, and every one of them, you're like, dude, I remember carrying that thing as a kid, bro. Like, and these ain't the plastic ones; these are the metal ones, bro. These
are the tins.
Yeah, the tin ones. Yeah,
Smurfs.
Smurfs, yeah, remember that? I mean, you gotta, like I said, just old school stuff that just brings back all that nostalgia feels, man. It's good stuff right there. And then, of course, you get the
statues.
You get the new and improved. I mean, all kinds of just crazy cool stuff in there. One of my guys that sells all the hot toys. I mean, he's got them all on display. It's just freaking hot toy bonanza in there, man. It's great. So. But yeah, it's like I said, Franken Sons. I mean, how can you go wrong, bro? It's just all good stuff and just so much. I mean, look at that freaking statue of Penguin, bro. It's just fantastic.
The fur looks real. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, bro. It's his fur was real.
That's
his
fur, right?
His coat is real. Yeah. Some of them have soft goods and they're sculpted resin or whatever, but these things are, I mean, those are statues. So you've seen statues in real life. They're freaking massive, bro. I mean, they're giant. Yeah, that's one of the big booths that saw all that stuff. And yeah, just, I mean, every booth is just stockpiled with freaking just mad shit, bro. It's just, like I said, wall to wall, old school bikes. He's got a whole collection of old school BMX bikes. I mean, from every age. My boy Frankie's a huge collector, bro. And he just has it all up there. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, there's just so much to see. I mean, you just can't take in enough over there, man. It's crazy.
Did you grab anything while you were there?
Actually, I only grabbed one figure. I grabbed this Superman figure with the Plastic Man torso for Hagan. He was looking for that. I guess it's
nice.
It's the McFarlane Platinum Edition one, so I guess it's kind of hard to come by. And cool thing was I had sold some. I told you before, but I had sold a bunch of like totes worth of figures to one of my buddies that has a booth down there, and so I had a credit down there, and his friend that he shares the booth with actually had the figure, and I was like, I'm gonna pick up this figure, and he's like, I'll put it on your tab, bro. So I pretty much walked out with that one for free. I mean, it was on my tab, but I mean, I didn't have to, put out any cash for it or anything. Other than that, I got some. I stopped by my local because they have a Gundam booth in there that sells all the Gundam kits and all that. So I got some matte varnish that I use on all my customs. I always go through this stuff like crazy, and picked up a couple fine point black Gundam markers. And then the last thing I got, went for a little nostalgia kick. I collect these flat refrigerator magnets, and they're like the old school posters for Disneyland. So there's Space Mountain. It's got like the old school artwork on them. They're really cool. And I have a mini fridge in my room that I stick them all on. I got the Jungle River Cruise.
Oh, that's legit.
Yeah, from Adventureland. And then this is an old school ride that, I mean, you have to be real to remember this. This is Adventure Through Inner Space. It was like,
oh, shoot.
Remember that? Yeah. So I got that
man.
one. And then the last one I got was the Enchanted Tiki Room, baby. So
dude, those are crisp.
Yeah. This guy makes like every genre and he does like all the old school like movie posters and he like makes them down to this size, and they're legit, bro. So every time I go by there, I always pick some up. Other than that was it, man. I didn't. I mean, it was just kind of like a last minute thing. We're like, hey, let's just go to Franken Sons tomorrow. You know what I mean? So we just jumped in the ride and just hauled ass up there and, you know, did our thing. But I wasn't really in the market for anything. So,
I mean, and to be honest, going to a place like Franken Sons, it's not so much that you want to go and buy something, but just being there around all the collectibles, it feels like
bro.
a week out, you know? Like,
yeah, I mean, I can walk. I mean, we stayed there for 3 hours, and I mean, I walked the complete circuit of the show. I mean, probably 2.5, 3 times, and it was just basically looking at stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not even looking to buy. I'm just looking at shit because there's just so much. It's just, you know, mind overload in there. It's crazy.
I love it, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's always fun, bro. It's always.
I haven't been to Frank's in a long time. It's since like 2015. It was last time.
Yeah. They're actually in a new location. Frank and his family, they bought an old Sam's Club building. So now they're in in a Sam's Club building. So you could kind of figure the location or like how big that building is inside. Yeah, it's massive. Huge, bro. It's massive, bro. So yeah, it's changed up a bit. There's quite a few less vendors in there from probably the time you went, because when they were in the building before this, I mean, it was asses to elbows up in that building with vendors, and there's so much shit in there. Now they kind of spread things out a little bit better. So it's cool though. It's cool. They still got, I mean, everything and anything under the sun collectability wise. I mean, there's nothing you can't go in there and say, well, they didn't have anything for me, bro. You just bring your wallet. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's on.
What's up, Thomas?
Thomas, what up, boy?
Hey, what's up, T?
Yeah, Thomas just, if memory serves correctly, was just on an action figure panel. Am I right, Thomas?
He was. Yeah,
he was. At the Arizona Comic-Con? I'm probably saying the name wrong. Let us know, Thomas, but good for you, man.
Yeah, good for you, Thomas. Big ups, man. Big ups.
Dude, late night, thank you. I love it when you go to Franken Sons. You always bring a little piece back for us. So if you feel like we were there with you.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to actually be there with you.
Oh, bro. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to turn you loose in there, bro. You're just gonna lose your mind, bro.
You'll see me next month, LeBron.
Hey, bro. Yeah, I heard you're gonna be down for San Diego Comic-Con. What up, dude? I mean, where are you gonna be? When is San Diego Comic-Con?
The date eludes me, but it's sometime in July.
Okay, in July. Okay. And I mean, have you booked a room? Have you got everything? I mean, you got reservations, the whole nine down there?
Working on the logistics, but you know, we're locked in.
Yeah. I was gonna say, bro, you might want to come in a day or two early and head up north about we're about 65, 70 miles north of San Diego. So I mean, it's right up the freeway. It's not like a long drive. It's just maybe like an hour's drive up the freeway. Come hang with your boy.
Is it still Industry City?
City of Industry. That's where Franken Sons is. City of Industry. Yeah. I'm up in Menifee, just north of like 15 minutes north of Temecula. So I'm right there. I'm right up the 215 and the 15 freeway. So I'm right there, bro. So if you want to come
I'm not leaving without seeing you, bro.
Hey, bro. Yeah, Mikasa Sukasa, bro. Come check out LeBron's, man. I'll show you a good time, bro, for sure. Yeah, like I said, come at least a day early or whatever, and come hang out, man, and we'll get together. You coming by yourself?
Now I'll be with Trevor.
Trevor Williams?
Mm-hmm.
What, dude? Dude, bring Trevor, bro. I want Trevor to come teach me some photo magic. Yeah. No, that'd be cool, man. If you could roll with Trevor, both of you guys, bro. Come on up here, man. I'll take you to downtown freaking Temecula, man. We'll hit the bar scene and I'll show you a good time, bro. I'll show you a real good time. Absolutely.
Look at this. SDL making the plans right now. That could be amazing.
Absolutely. like I said, that's what this community is about, bro. I mean, our doors are open, man. You come to our city, bro. I'll show you right, bro. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah,
I roll out the red carpet for anybody that rolls through, bro.
All right, so we're almost at the top of the hour. At 7 o'clock, I'll post the hashtag for the first giveaway. That'll be the Chris Ferrone giveaway for the banner stands, and we'll start collecting the hashtags for that. And then once we give that thing out, then we'll put up the flaming sword giveaway. But 50 minutes in to the show, I think it's time to ding, 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 get to Saturday night's main event, which we all know was the brand new Mythic Legions wave.
Let's go.
So before we start checking out these figures, any initial thoughts now after it's happened? And specifically, I think it would be interesting to be like, did you have any expectations before this stuff was revealed? Now that you've seen it, where are you at? How about you, Steph?
So for me, as soon as I saw the banner, I immediately start analyzing each and every word and see words like ash, fallen. You know, you look at Ophidian on the Mythic map, and you're like, okay, something significant happened here. There's a lot of burning. You know, everyone's on this dragon kick. So, you know, my first thought was like, dragon? Nah. They wouldn't do a mid-year dragon. They're probably saving something like that for like a Legions Con reveal, G-Con reveal, that type. So we're getting something intermediary. We're getting an appetizer for what's to come later on this year. So we're not going to get anything significant, but we're going to get something refreshing, something new. And when I looked at the teaser image, I'm like, okay, we're going to get some more magic. Ophidian is, of course, the central of magic. So this is more of a epilogue to the excitement of the Poxis wave. So I wholly expected more magic, maybe some V2 somewhere, and boy, oh boy, did we get it.
How about you, Late Night?
Well, thinking of more in the terms of like the affordability of something as big as a full wave or a full dragon figure, I was thinking that the dragon was going to be announced, and it was going to be maybe a handful, maybe 3 to 5 version 2 figures. All of this that came out was completely unexpected. I didn't see any of this stuff coming. So I was like, every single figure, I was like, oh damn, I didn't think they were going to do that or this, or you know what I mean? So yeah, it was quite a surprise. I mean, and how big the wave was. I'm really surprised how big the wave, because I'm like, whoa, they did this many figures. I'm like, what do they got for us at G-Con? Like, because usually G-Cons when they really bring it. So I'm like, whoa, man, this is a pretty hefty wave for you know, something that, I mean, like I said, I was not expecting a wave kind of this soon. I mean, I was thinking maybe a smaller cosmic wave,
like an interim wave,
you know, or like an interim wave. Like I said, I was not expecting any of this, so all of it was a great surprise to me, because like I said, and I don't really put too much into like kind of making predictions or whatever, because we all know we're always wrong, you know what I mean? So I was surprised by all of it, but I was really surprised by the size of the wave, big time.
I mean, I enjoy the speculation, but not that I'm going to guess the right answer. I just enjoy thinking about it. I'm always wrong. And where I was wrong is kind of what you're saying here, was how big the wave was. 10 figures, 9 releases. Like, damn, because they came out swinging.
It was funny when
out the gates, bro.
Jeremy, he was like, all right, we're on our reveal number 4. I'm like, okay, that's going to be it. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, my heart can't take it, man.
I kept looking at the clock, and I was like, whoa, they're only like 45 minutes in, and they're probably gonna go for like an hour and a half or something, and they're already at like 4 or 5 figures. I'm like, dude, they're still going. So and he's like, we got to keep rolling. We still got a lot to do. I'm like, a lot to do? Like, damn, they're punching to this. They're going for it like crazy.
Yep.
So the first reveal was the brand new, the Blue Shield Soldier, but essentially the new Deluxe Night Builder pack.
Yep.
is what came out. And I know a lot of people were waiting for a new Night Builder pack to come out. It would make sense that they would do it eventually. But holy crap, did they knock it freaking out of the park? This thing is a massive set. And I wrote an article about the wave earlier. And what I said about this release was, it's the perfect release, no matter who you are. Like if you're an experienced customizer, this set's fantastic because you reload your arsenal, right? It's incredible with all the new Knight parts. It has the Valiant Knight articulation, all that stuff, soft goods, crazy stuff. If you're brand new to Legions and you've never popped and swapped before in your life, you can just get this set and start messing around, and you have everything you need. Like, bro, what do you think about that?
Bro, this is like the Barbie for action figures. You know what I mean? It's like craziness, dude. I mean, look how many ways you could change this guy up, bro. It's ridiculous. Like I said, even if you're not an army builder, or you're not like, oh, I'm gonna buy like 10 of these. If you buy one of these, bro, I mean, you could sit for hours upon hours popping and swapping parts and just reconfiguring and taking pictures of this guy. I mean, it's so dope, bro. It's so cool. So many different combinations. I mean, look at that, 5 helmets, bro. I mean, that's ridiculous. Nuts. 5 helmets. Nuts, bro.
So 2 different torsos.
Yeah.
2 different torsos. You have
3 different what's the belt or the belt piece, the piece, the waist piece, 3 different styles of that. Yeah. Or the folds,
bits, 3 tabards.
Yeah, I mean, I love the new neck chainmail that comes with too, bro. That's a sweet piece, bro. I've never seen that before, so that's really cool to see that.
Not to mention the soft goods too, man. The soft goods,
dude. Yeah.
The builder packs now are coming with pieces of C. Jessam's soft goods. As part of it, like.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
I just wanted to address something real quick that Curtis sort of brought up here. And Curtis says, I think the speculation actually hurt. People got their mind set on a dragon or Otho 2, so nothing was going to meet that. Sometimes it's just better to just not speculate and see what they give us. I will disagree with my good friend Curtis here because speculation is going to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not everybody has to enjoy it. Like, I know Curtis, he's just not into it. He's not into like the guessing game, thinking about it. But people are, and people are going to speculate no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Speculation is not the problem. Like when I'm like a lot of people, if I'm interested in something like this, I want to think about it. I want to talk about it. I want to talk to different people about it. I want to go back and forth about it. And there's a lot of people like that to varying degrees. I do not think speculation is the problem. It's people being whiny babies that is actually the problem. Because what did I say earlier? I like the speculation, but I'm not 4 Horsemen. I'm not the studio, so I'm always going to be wrong. Like, I'm never going to get it 100% right. And whatever comes out, I either like it or I don't, but I'm not going to whine about it. So I don't think the speculation is the problem. I think it's people not being reasonable and not being adults about it. And I think Jordan said something here. Jordan said people need to learn how to manage their expectations. There's a difference between speculating, saying, here's my guess, or here's what I would like. And then when something comes out, if it doesn't meet that, then being pissed about it. That's where you're being a loser. That's when you're not being reasonable. I don't think that's reasonable, especially in this context. And I'll stop talking in a second. But in this context, if anybody that's been paying attention, and if you're mad about anything not meeting your expectations, presumably you've been paying attention. Does anyone actually think that there's not an Otho 2 coming?
Yeah.
They've said for years that Otho is a big character in the story, that they were not going to do him in All-Stars because of that. That's where the whole idea of like version 2s really became sort of a big thing. This is the 10th anniversary. Do you understand the idea of building to a crescendo?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I don't think the speculation is the problem. It's that, guys, let's just be reasonable, be adults, use your brains for 5 seconds instead of saying, I want Otho 2 right now. It doesn't happen. And then like being a cranky pants about it. So I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
Let me just add this, bro. I mean, I fully expected you know, my credit card and I fully expected to have the dragon hit that screen and me hitting that order button. And I'll tell you right now, we're both thankful it didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I was sweating. I'm like, what's this going to cost me tonight? What's it gonna cost me? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, but I'm ready. I don't care. But hey, it didn't hit the screen. And like I said, I'm like, all right, so it won't be that bad.
This was a refreshing drop.
It was cool, man. Like I said, and you know, there's a lot of these, you know, the posts on the Cabal and on you know, other sites talking about how it was, you know, a lackluster wave and this and that and meh and this, you know, whatever. It's like, bro, if it's not for you, it's not for you. It's cool. It's not. I mean, no one forces you to buy anything. You know what I mean? It's like, you could pass on a complete wave. That's fine. I mean, I've passed on waves before, and later on down the line, I'll cherry pick what I need. But you know, there's stuff in there there's a little something for everybody, and sometimes there's a lot of nothing for somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just,
and I think it's important to have that balance too. You know, if everything was good and exciting all the time, we'd not only be broke, but we'd be burnt.
Yeah. Burnt, bro. Burnt.
So this is a good compromise.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to say it's not that Curtis's point isn't valid, but I think there's two things being mixed there. Curtis is not into speculation anyway, right? So he's not into it. And when Curtis says even if people don't whine, they are still let down inside because of the outrageous speculation.
Right.
But I don't think that means don't think about what might be coming, right? Like, anybody that's a fan should be able to think about what might be coming, but it's the reaction to it that is the problem. And also I don't want to make too much about it, because I do think, like, if you actually went into the Cabal today, 99% of what I saw was like resoundingly positive. People very happy about it. There was 2 negative posts and like 2 people that were going into a bunch of posts saying dumb negative things. So I don't think the answer is, okay, when there's a new wave coming out, let's not think about it or talk about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
The speculation is fine. The speculation is absolutely fine. It is the whining, it's the reaction, it's the being mad about them not giving you what you think they should have given you at the exact time. That is the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, granted, there's out of the entire 10-figure wave, there are quite a few figures in there that I'm not particularly interested in. But that's just my personal preference, my personal taste, my space availability in my collection room. You know what I mean? What I utilize as a customizer. A lot of times now when I look at these waves, I look at it from a customizer's point of view. You know what I mean? Like, how can I utilize all these pieces, you know, to my advantage? I mean, not just as a single figure where I could pop and swap, but as like, how can I mix and match all of these parts from all of these figures to make something new and exciting that I could repaint, add a 3D printed part to, you know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. But if it's something that there's a lot of like what I can't use, it's not something that, I mean, it's not like, oh, that figure sucks and they just reuse parts and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that. I'm just like, hey, well, I actually have a lot of figures that already have all of those pieces that I utilize. And right now, I don't necessarily need any more. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's just how I take it. But that's me. That's one personal preference of how I look at a wave and how I'm deciding on how to buy this. I'm not going to go on the Cabal and be like, oh, man, this sucks. I wanted these pieces and that pieces. And, oh, boo on 4 horsemen. They're falling off. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, dude. Don't do that. That's just childish, bro. That's childish for sure.
That's whack.
Whack, bro. Whack. With a capital W, bro.
Yeah.
Whack.
And again, I don't want to stay on this topic too long, but I did want to address it. So I'm glad that we are.
For sure.
If what you're mad about is that there wasn't an Otho or there wasn't a dragon, number one, you're losing out on what you might actually think is cool in this wave if you're ignoring it. 1, 2, there's going to be a dragon and there's going to be an Otho. So
yeah.
Let me get Curtis just gave us another super chat. Thanks, dude. You don't have to give a super chat. I will read your comment no matter what. Curtis Ackerman, $4.99 super chat. I'm not into speculation because I live my life with lowered expectations and therefore I'm never let down. If I expect nothing, then I win every time.
A philosophy to live by. I love it.
Different strokes for different folks, baby.
That's right.
But that's all right. Point being, this release was awesome. I pulled out one of my favorite builds they posted right here.
I love it.
Yeah. And one thing that I need to bring up here is one of my favorite parts of Four Horsemen reveals now are the atmosphere environment shots that are put up by our very good friend Trevor Williams, 1/6 Shooter. Here's the first one, guys. What did you think about Trevor's photos for this reveal?
Trevor takes me to a different world, man. Oh,
fantastic, bro.
His storytelling, his depth, his ability to kind of build these environments, and you have a lot of out of frame pieces, but it's very indicative of him being able to tell a really good story. I mean, this guy is godly. Look at him.
Yeah,
it makes me want to buy
so badass, bro.
So good.
Yep. All right, so then we got the next talk about another great photograph here. So Trevor sick. Coming through. All of a sudden, this pops up on the screen, and it's like a purple tinted angelic night warrior flying through the clouds. Like, what the heck? Are you kidding me?
I fell out of my seat with this one. I did not expect this one at all.
At all, bro.
It's like, wow.
I also thought this Mercurian helmet with this style of knight was an interesting choice. And it was not something that like my mind expected for this helmet to come through with this color scheme with a character that is an angel like this.
Yeah, right. I love the color scheme on this, dude. I think it's fantastic. I think it's so cool.
Yep.
And big shout out to Joe Russo, bro.
Joe Russo,
bro, come on.
I love it.
And here you go. Maybe I'm not into angelic characters in my collection, but I'll be damned if I'm not gonna get a Joe Russo freaking tribute figure, dude. Are you kidding me, bro?
I need an autograph.
Bro, are you serious? Yes.
Dude. You know what was funny is that so when we were doing the Off-World show, that also shout out to Curtis last night. So the Four Horsemen live stream happens. Curtis had planned to do the Off-World after party show starting at 9:00 to give, the Horsemen plenty of time for overrun, for people to do whatever they needed to do, when that was over and get back to, the after party or the after show or whatever. So in real time, he's like pulling pictures of everything, setting up the slideshow, coordinating the live stream. And I thought Curtis did an awesome job last night. I had a great time on that Off-World show, and I watched it back today. I thought it came off really well. So Curtis,
big ups, man. It was a great show last night. A great after party show. I loved it. Loved it. It was good, man.
One thing that came up during the show, and as I think it was I think it was Eric Miller, popped in during Off-World to say Joe still didn't know. He didn't know.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
He was, I forget, he was like involved with some kind of incredible activity. Like, I don't even know Joe that well, but like he's the kind of guy that every time you've interacted with him, it's been positive. He's been like a super nice guy. So listen, probably couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, but the Four Horsemen, they don't stop. They continue to do this, that, they take care of their long-term fans.
Bro, they were dishing the love out last night for sure.
Big time, man.
Sick.
These figures are love letters to the fans. Speaking
of which, so I know Curtis liked this one a lot. LeBron, I know this one speaks to you because you've already been down this Frost road.
That's old news to me, bro. I did that back in 2020.
So after we do the Frost Ogre, we'll put up the hashtag giveaway. But oh shoot, you know what? I should have grabbed that. That's right, because I saw that you had that picture of your Frost Ogre with the Frost Goblins that now dwell with me.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts, LeBron, about this Frost Ogre? Did they live up to your lofty standard you set?
Absolutely. I love the color. I love the way they did the barbarian with the bluish beard. I like it. Not too excited about the old school weapons. I thought it would have been cool if he had like a club or something, maybe a newer weapon, a newer style weapon. That weapon's, I mean, it's kind of had its time. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. I think that can go to the retirement vault on that weapon, but everything else is cool. I like it, man. I like it. I'm I'm not an ogre guy, so I mean, I have like maybe 3 ogres in my entire collection, and they're mainly like the named ogres, and that's about it. I'm not a big. I've passed on many a ogre that have been released in waves, so it's like I don't know. I'm good on it. I think it's great for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are really excited to see this, and they're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I love the repaints on them, and I think it's cool. It's a good figure.
What do you got on this, Steph? What hopped into your mind here?
So I'm all about the Frost Ogres. I did a couple customs before with things of the same ilk, and I think it's a great combo. The boiled leather, the studs, the spikes, the worn out metal, the pale blue skin, and the ivory colored teeth, and the nearly bloodshot red eyes. I mean, it's a great combo, and it's about time we had it in the line. And to boot, the furs I think are incredible. But I agree with LeBron. The weapons, could could stand to use some upgrading. But don't worry, Detour's got you.
That's right. I was about to say, bro. I didn't want to take the words from your mouth, bro. You
cough,
know Detour's going to come up with some big ones out there.
Jesse chimes in with a little cough. Get some Detour weapons. Cough.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Curtis says Frost Ogre is chef's kiss.
See, and there you go. It's like I said, it's for if it's for somebody, that's great. If it's not for you, that's cool too, man. It's not, like I said, there's something in there for everybody, and sometimes there's not. It's just the way it is, man. Yep. But don't rain on anybody's parade about it. You know what I mean? It's like there's no future in that, bro.
That's the key.
All right, so let's knock out our first giveaway. I mean, well, let's post the hashtag. Give some people some time to throw that hashtag in. Again, this is for the Chris Ferrone, friend of the show, who's donating a set of the 5 stands for the faction banners, stands that we showed a little bit earlier.
Nice. I just yesterday I was setting up some stuff for priming. I set up 8 of those dwarf heads, or the helmets, I did like the dwarf helmets, the barbarian helmets, the deluxe dwarf 2 helmets with a bunch of those Chris Ferrone those snap beards that he had at Legions Con. I bought a bunch of those at Legions Con. I finally got around to getting those all set up, and I'm getting them ready for paint and stuff for Legions Con. So big ups to the his Mythic Bits, isn't it? Right? That's the name.
I think that's right.
Yeah, Mythic Bits. Right. So check that out, man, if you haven't already, or see him at Legions Con, because his stuff is on fire, bro.
Freaking awesome.
So the innovation of that beard, that clip-in beard system that he made, oh man, it's fantastic. It works like
Change the game.
Game changer, bro. It's so good. And there's so many variations of it too. It's so awesome. So freaking awesome.
So hashtag Ferrone, spelled just like you see it on the screen. We'll leave the ticker up down below so you've got the correct spelling there. And check his stuff out, man. He's got some really cool stuff as we're talking about. We thank Chris for donating the 5-pack of the banner stands. And good luck to you. We'll come back in about 15 minutes. Do that giveaway.
Hell yeah. Yeah, those banner stands are dope too, man. We've been needing those for a minute, bro. You're on mute, Steph.
Yeah.
What I was saying, the banners, my banners have just been sitting in the bin. So now they actually have a place to go.
Who's hasn't, bro? Who's hasn't?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I've had nothing to do with them banners since the day I got them, but now I'm like, oh, what? Someone finally came up with a good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all right, so that's the Frost Ogre, but it didn't stop there.
No, sir. Because
then this bad boy showed up. Now,
oh man, I know you were on cloud 9 about this, bro.
100%, because again, I've been in the Legions now for a few years, right? 3 or 4 years. But I don't have a lot of the older figures, and I've never really concerned myself too much with trying to go back and, getting a lot of the older figures. Mm-hmm. There's a few here and there that I've really wanted to get my hands on. Hera, I needed to get Hera, so I got Hera, Serpent Spire.
Yep.
And there's
Old
still
gold right there, bro.
100%. So there's still a few more that I still want to get. Gold skeleton is one that always kind of spoke to me, just the fact that there was a skeleton figure, the skeleton was gold. I think that's cool. And I started painting up my own little incarnation of a gold skeleton. I'll post some pictures of my terrible paint job at a later date. But I was hoping they would do a version 2 at some point. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I never really thought about a version 2. I was just hoping for an All-Stars release, like an All-Star release. So when this popped up last night, I was never expecting it. And not only did they do gold skeleton, they went much cooler than that because they expanded the set. And Jeremy has said multiple times on different live streams and shows and stuff that he was never really into the gold skeleton, because I think to Jeremy, the lore, the connection between the lore and the figure is important. And he was always like, well, why would the skeleton be gold?
Right.
And they explained it. So there's a lore reason, and that's because these are angelic warriors that were struck down in battle and then raised from the death by Necronominus. That's why, because they're angels, that's why the bones are gold. Holy crap, Steph!
Such a dope story. So dope, bro.
What did you think about that?
I mean, honestly, it was like a reach, but it was a good reach. He found a great way to connect it, and he actually sold it, because I was just like him, like, gold skeleton. I don't need that, but like he explains, I'm like, shoot, damn, now I need it. So the story is just as important as the figure sometimes, and when you have these outliers like the gold skeleton was, now you bring him into the fold, you make him relevant. Now he's going to become part of your collection.
Yeah.
Jesse makes a cool point here, real quick. If I could pop this in, something that I've thought of, it sort of came to me when they did the reinforcements wave 2 last year, which some cool people got a chance to do a reveal on. I don't remember who they were. But they started throwing in bios for like builder figures. And so Jesse says, adding story to the builder bios has really made me look at the builders differently. Adds so much story value. I absolutely agree with that 100%. I love adding to the story and to the lore, even for the builders. And I'll go back to the build out in a second, but I wanted to shoot right to Trevor's incredible photo of this gold skeleton. Talk to me, LeBron. Talk to me.
Wow. Just like I said, man, there's no better way to make a figure look this good, bro. It's just, I mean, he just does it all, bro. The lighting, the effects, the pose. It just speaks volumes to like how good he sees this, man. It's just, no one does it better, man. It's just, like I said, I can't wait for this on the next calendar, bro. This is such a freaking fire shot. Oh, so God. Good. So good. And the figure itself, for me, I'm a huge skeleton guy, so I love skeletons. This one in particular is kind of like, for me, it's kind of like it's a one and done, because it'll be like an angel type character to kind of soar above the rest of my skeletons, whatever they may be. Because I mean, I have, God, right now just on display above my paint shelves, I've got 50 something skeletons right now. So I mean, and those are all, half of them are Malleus, and half of them of my other skeleton horde are all the original OG 1.0 Legion Builder skeletons, which I love. That's like my favorite. That's like my favorite thing in the whole line, is that 1.0 skeleton. So dope. And but yeah, this is just fantastic, man. I mean, for me too, it's just like just looking at the extra parts on it too. So if I do tend to pick up a couple extras, I mean, there's a lot of great extra parts, especially like the skeleton hands and feet, which we don't have yet. I mean, I know they're coming in Necronominus, but extra hands and feet are always cool, especially skelly feet, man, which, like I said, you can't get enough of those if you don't have them yet. You know what I mean? And the what is that? The translucent wings, bro. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff you could do with those. I know. I mean, I'm looking at those like, okay.
Yeah, Trevor said when you hold them up to the light, they are slightly translucent.
Yeah,
so the light will come through.
That's gotta be dope.
That's where you get like this. You can sort of see it here.
Yeah.
On the
so cool.
Just the tip on the tips there.
So cool.
I'm pumped about it. And again, so then they give us a new gold skeleton, which if they did just do a reinforcements, if they did just do an All-Stars wave, you would get the original loadout, which was not multiple heads, not multiple hands, not multiple feet. not the extra little shield thing here, but it would be a 37 or well, no, it would be a $37 figure, right? An all-star?
Pretty much.
Regular price?
Yeah.
Regular price.
Yep.
So instead, they do a version 2, so you get multiple heads, masks, pauldrons, 2 sets of feet, 5 sets of hands, weapons, a shield, and these freaking ridiculous wings. And you know what the price is? $40.
$40, bro.
$3 more. Like, am I kidding? Like,
tell me any other toy company that's even comparing pound for pound on price, bro. There's nobody that's coming close to that price point.
Anybody that has wings like that, like the wings, like they're big, like they're like massive.
They're substantial.
Wings, like,
they're substantial. And I think the best part about this is, folks will have their criticisms about reuse, but I think it's the reuse that allows them to keep that price down.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like this. I'm going to get a couple of these and hook up my Lord of Vateris because I'm hoping the armor is the same color. But throw on those new pauldrons on that and the greaves.
This looks darker to me, but
bro, maybe not. Let me tell you something. I spent 13 years as a tool and die machinist. People do not understand how much it costs to do new tooling on anything, and especially something like this. I mean, when you got to tool something out of a solid piece of metal to make a mold for something like this, trust me, bro, that's hours and hours and thousands upon thousands and thousands of dollars to do a new tooled piece. So yes, use up those old molds of those old parts. You know what I mean? You can make 1,000 other figures using old parts. Do it all day. I mean, like I said, if it keeps the cost of the end piece down for the customers, absolutely, I'm all about it. You know what I mean? I don't care what anybody says.
I think Bill made a good point earlier today too, because it's and also anybody that's complaining about reuse of parts hasn't been paying attention in the last 2 years anyway, because there's so much new tooling coming out.
Oh my god, dude!
But somehow they're able to this is what Legions is. First of all, every action figure line has reuse. Every single one every single one has reuse. Number one. Number two, one of the biggest components of this line is the pop and swap capability, up and down, backward and forward. That's an important thing. So that has to be part of it too. I know. Well, Rob. I don't remember where I was going with that, but Jordan says, "Take these broken wings and learn to fly again." I think
exactly,
Mr. I love that song.
Exactly, bro. Oh man, but like I said, I don't know. Like I said, you got to be kidding if you're gonna sit there and complain about they're reusing parts, bro. Are you serious, bro? You know how long we've been getting awesome figures with repainted, reused parts, and every single time they're knocking them out of the park. I mean, home runs every single time. Get out of here with that. You know what I mean? I'm all about it, bro. Like I said, if you're selling a full blown figure like this, deluxe figure at $40, hell yeah, reuse those parts. You go, 4-H. You go.
Send it.
Yeah.
So here we go. So we're going to do our first giveaway of the night. Not the last giveaway. We still have a big giveaway later tonight with the flaming sword involved. But first, we're going to give away. Look at that bad boy. Look at this. Hold on a second.
Bro. Look how bad that is, bro.
That's what's coming up. That's what's coming up.
Sick, bro.
So, all right. But for now, we're going to give away the set of 5 faction banner stands. Perfect for your display. This is your last chance. Hashtag Farone. We thank Chris and Mythic Bits for coming through on this giveaway. And we are going to play. You got really good odds right now. Listen, there's only 17 entries. 17 entries. There's 35 people watching right now. Anybody that wants these faction banner stands, this is going to be your last chance. Hashtag Farone. We're going to draw in 3, 2, 1.
Tanya, yeah.
Tanya's coming through. Tanya doesn't come through unless she wins a giveaway.
Right. Congrats, Tanya.
Tanya, congratulations, Tanya. Legions ladies
in the house.
I think, are they back this Thursday? I'm not sure. Tanya, if you're in the chat, let us know. if Legions Ladies is back on Thursday night, congratulations, Tanya. I believe Chris told me that you can contact Chris and he will make sure that those banner stands get out to you. If you have any issues or trouble getting in touch with Chris, you can come through me and I will make sure that you get your giveaway. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate it. Congratulations to you.
Heck yeah.
We'll pull down this banner. And then let's look at this next figure before we start another giveaway.
Oof.
So the next up, now at some point, they were going to do another Centaur because we got a Farius in the Alithia wave, which was awesome. I kind of forgot about it now because we went a couple of waves in between, and they did it. They came through with a Shadow, a Dark Centaur. What are your thoughts on this guy?
So my initial thoughts are just Centaurs in general. I had most highly anticipated race of I guess Mythos character. When it came out, I was slightly disappointed with the proportions. I had hoped the brute scale was going to be just for brute scale, and Centaurs would actually have a bigger, longer limbs as far as the arms are concerned. But gotcha. I kind of grew to love it. But when I saw the Shadow Centaur last night, I'm like, whoa, sign me up. The armor bits, the blue shading, the Shadow Elf motif. I'm just sold all the way. Regardless of the weird saddle part, that kind of threw me off. But at a closer look, it started to work in my mind. But again, I'm gonna chop this up. Gonna take the torso, put on some Black Knight legs, and maybe get a Boreas and kit bash it so we have an armored Boreas instead. So even if it's not a mainstay in my collection as far as shelf pieces, it's a great fodder piece. 100%.
Yeah.
What do you got late night? You're not a big Centaur guy, right, LeBron?
No, I'm not. I have one Afarius, and he's taken apart because I'm going to do like a repaint to make him like a dark Centaur, like a evil Centaur. Nice. This one is kind of the same. I like it. It's just, I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm running out of space, so it's the mounts are hard to. Right now, I have one shelf that has 7 mounts on it alone. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of mounts to have. And it's like, and that's not all the mounts that I have. I've got extras, that haven't even been put up somewhere. And it's like, okay, where do I put all these? You know what I mean? So the mounts to me are something that I'm not particularly fond of. I think it's a great build. I love the new blue paint scheme that they put on it. I like that. To Steph's point, I don't, and I've never really cared for the proportions. I always thought the upper body would match the size of the horse a little bit better. Yeah. So, but like I said, if Centaurs are for someone, it's a win for sure. I think it's a great build. I think it's a beautiful looking figure. And like I said, there's always also people that don't have, enough to go with their faction or their character style. Like, I mean, some people like vampires, some people like skeletons, ogres, dwarves, what have you. There's not a lot out there in the dark elf realm. So to add a character to the dark elf like line of figures is very cool. Very cool. Me personally, I mean, I just recently sold all my dark elves. So like I said, this isn't a home run for me. I mean, it's a cool figure, but it's not something that, like I said, that I'm like, oh, I absolutely have to have, or I've been waiting for this figure to come out. I think it's a beautiful set. Great paint job. I love the paint apps that they've added to the weapons and the pauldrons and whatnot. But like I said, to each his own. I mean, it's a cool figure. I may or may not get one, and if I did, I would only be one, just a single one, just to have the figure. And love the repaint that they did on, I forget the shaman's name, the shaman ogre face that they did on that. It's but the repaint that blue repaint that they did on him looks really, really cool. So yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. I dig it.
Yeah, what I would say,
I just don't know why a Centaur would need the sleep roll on his back. What's he gonna use that for?
I don't know.
A shawl. He's gonna put it on as a shawl when he gets cold at night.
It was funny when they talked about like the idea that like, well, like a Centaur wouldn't really want a saddle on a Centaur because it's weird.
Right.
Now, a couple of things that popped out to me that I thought were cool are that, number one, I'm looking at my Farius on my shelf over there. So he was a part of the flock, right? So he's in the woods, sort of minimalist with his gear and stuff like that. So they wanted to go a little bit of the different direction with the dark Centaur here. And I just love how they did all the different layers. You know, there's soft goods, there's armor, you know, and just layer upon layer upon layer. I think the colors are absolutely beautiful.
Outstanding, yeah.
And then you've got a really cool, you want to talk about reuse, clever reuse of that Tharnog head that looks totally different, painted up like this. And then a brand new head with this helmet on it.
Yeah, with like the dark, like a larger size dark elf helmet on. I like that.
Yes, exactly.
I like
yes,
that.
Yeah. And then of course another great Trevor photo.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, killing it, bro. Killing it.
So,
you know, I wish I had enough space to make single figure diorama displays like the Trevor's photos to like have throughout my whole household, where I could display like 1 to 2 figures and everyone that look that good like Trevor's photos, man. It's just stuff like that is just amazing just to see it that way, because you're like, oh, I wish my display could look like that, you know what I mean? But you got, you know, 100 to 200 figures all, there's no way you could manage that unless you're Big Greg, bro, because that guy's got dioramas like crazy throughout his place. Crazy dioramas.
All right, so what I want to do real quick is I want to one giveaway down. Steph has been good enough to also offer up a flaming sword giveaway. So I want to start collecting those hashtags if we can. And you probably could have guessed this one. But the hashtag is Detour, baby. Hashtag Detour. Hashtag Detour. If you want a chance to win yourself one of those incredible flaming swords.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you want to put in the chat. Hashtag Detour. Hashtag Detour for a chance at a flaming sword. Who doesn't need a flaming sword? We all need flaming swords.
I know what I need. I know what I need. I need one of them cool Detour shorts. That's what I need.
I know, but it's courtesy of it working. Yeah,
I gotta get me one of them shirts, bro. Those shirts
I got you covered, bro.
I gotta get that.
The sword will actually come with a flame magic effect as well. So
nice.
Yeah, you won't leave empty-handed on the other side. So
nice.
Get that hashtag in.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
Hell
so
yeah.
There you go. Hashtag Detour. Here we go. A lot of work to do here, guys. Next up, the cat burglar.
That was hilarious. The cat burglar,
bro.
So yeah, he's a thief. He's a Jagualian thief. Again, incredible soft goods. But one of the attractions to me here is that essentially 3 different characters in one. What did you guys think when you first saw this guy?
Dude, this is the one that this was my favorite of the entire wave, bro. This was the home run for me, bro. This has all the parts that I use, multiple heads that, minimal, I'm getting 3, bro, but along with the 10 extras that I'm going to order for this one for sure. That's this is a win-win. And I love it that they left out, since he is a rogue character, they didn't add like the swords, they didn't add the the shield, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. A rogue character would not be carrying that kind of armament on him. I thought it would have been cool if he would have came with one of the long bows, like one of the long bow and arrows. I thought that would have been cool. But I mean, like I said, who doesn't have like 1,000 extra bows in their fodder boxes? You know what I mean? But yeah, that Jagualian head, and big shout out to our Papa Smurf, Noah Pratt, with his head sculpt, and I guess that's like is that an orc or like a demon head or whatever that head sculpt is inside of that cloaked? I mean, that's full on like D&D right there, man. That's so cool. This thing is just, I love the colors on from the soft goods to the leather work to the pants. The color combinations that they used on this is just absolute perfection. This is gonna be a pop and swapper's dream, as far as like taking just this thing and popping different head sculpts. I mean, all the different artists that we have out there, especially at Legions Con, you could find 1,000 different head sculpts that'll work so well just on this body, and you could have 1,000 different characters just from this one build. I love it, man. Yep, this is 100% for me. I love this build. So good, man. So good.
Totally agree.
And the extra accessories, I mean, it's so minimal, it works perfectly. Like the keys and the little bags. Oh man, so cool.
So damn good. I think for me, this is gonna be a fodder kit bash kind of figure. Definitely gonna get multiple, but the head and the boots and the cape in particular, having those earth tones is gonna work wonders when you're doing your kit bashes elsewhere. I specifically want to take that jaguar head and put it on the Joseph body, the angel body, to kind of match up with Balaam.
Yeah,
I think kind of having that purple motif, and this is kind of like a snow leopard kind of deal, so it'd be a nice little contrast. But again, with the keys, the pouches, I'm just a big fan of those boots, man.
Those boots are dope, bro. It's been way too long that we've needed boots like that, bro. Those look so good. So good. That Jagualian head, I'm gonna throw. I've got a couple of extra of the unknown bodies. That armor paint, I'm gonna throw that Jagualian head on one of those with a nice cape on it, bro. That's gonna be a fire figure right there. I mean, like I said, so many good uses for this figure, man. This, like I said, this was a home run, 100%, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, love it. What did you think, Jonathan?
It kind of caught me by surprise because the figure is put together. It is earth tones, a little bit darker. All right, Chris just messaged me. I think Tanya got in touch, so we're good on the on the first giveaway. Nice. Thank you, Chris. You rule, man. Thank you. It was cool. Here's the thing: the design of the figure is perfect for the character, right? This rogue, thief, cat burglar. They should, be able to move in the shadows, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Probably the thing that stands out to me the most is that this version of the character with the head is a tribute to our very own Noah Pratt.
Big ups, bro.
Papa Smurf himself, of course.
I love it. Yes.
Congrats, Noah. 4 Horsemen handing out the tributes right here. And you couldn't find a guy that's much more deserving than Noah Pratt. Congrats, Noah. So very cool. Again, I think it's interesting that you guys sort of talked about one of the finer points to this release being the pieces, right? And I kind of agree with that. So it's the 3 heads, it's the keys, it's the bags. It's sort of like the pieces that you can use elsewhere. The character's awesome. I get it. Very cool. But those pieces are going to be cool things to use elsewhere sort of in your display.
Bro, that cape alone, bro, multiples of that cape to utilize on other figures that don't have capes, it's so on, bro. It's so good. People don't get it, man. That's the one thing. You see a figure like this, and like I said, just that soft goods cape alone, bro, is worth the entire figure right there. I mean, and like I said, even if you took off that shoulder piece and just the figure standing alone without the cape is awesome. Yeah. But having multiples of that, I'm telling you, man, I'm going to order heavy on this. This is the one I'm going to get. This is the one I'm getting big on.
That's the builder. That's the
builder right there. Yeah.
Exquisite all the way.
Yep.
John just doesn't like it because it doesn't have any translucent parts on it. That's all.
Well, yeah. Listen, because I'm talking
or like Dayglow
parts. Here, two experienced customizers. A 3D guy, customizer guy, painter over here, and you guys are immediately looking at this guy and being like, "This guy's a gold mine. What can I build from this?" When I sort of, I like painting and stuff, and I like popping and swapping, but I'm the other kind of fan that comes like from the outside, sort of in. So I'm looking for the color and the glitz and the glam and the translucent, and the vac metal and like the crazy colors and stuff.
It didn't have vac metal. That's what it was.
But that's why the next figure that was shown is for me.
Oof.
Yeah.
As a Spirit Bender version 2.
Yeah.
That's a bad Mamma Jam.
I almost fainted right there.
That's a bad Mamma Jam.
Stacked.
Dude, she's a showstopper to me. She's the headliner. She's the one you see from across the room. a cool, unique looking character to begin with, and now she's fully filled out with these incredible, luxurious Sea Jessam soft goods, layer upon layer upon layer. I'll do whatever she tells me to do. Like at this
Amen
point,
to that. Amen to that, man.
Bro.
Whatever she needs me to be, that's what I'll be. What do you guys think of Asma?
I love it, man, because, well, first off, I don't have Azza in my collection, and she's been one that I've never been able to acquire, and it's like, okay, I didn't really necessarily want to pay secondary market prices for version 1, but bro, I'm so glad I never did, because this version 2 is outstanding, bro. The cloak, the books, that new staff, I love more the unhooded head with the hair sculpted. Oh man, I think it looks fantastic, bro. Such a and for me, you know, I'm not a big builder on female characters. I mean, I know a lot of customizers out there are. I'm not particularly. So for her, it's a win for me because it's a one and done for me. I need to add her to my collection for sure.
Yes,
she's
and Bill,
amazing.
I'm trying, Bill. I'm trying. This is me trying. This is me trying to keep it PG. You know, Azza walks in, and listen. That's not normally my thing, but Azza's a different story. She's a different story.
This figure is fantastic, bro.
And I wanted to pull this out real quick. This is the only side by side I pulled, but when we're talking about version 2s, this is the elevation we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where, this is the same character, right? It's the same character, but look at the elevation from the way the character was released. And I would still love a version 1 Azza, but look where she comes from version 1 to version 2. Yeah. Steph, what are your thoughts on that, man?
So I gotta say, I had Azza Spirit Bend, and I ended up selling her off. Aside from me, I kind of evolved and matured from my need to have every named character. So I sold mine, but seeing this version, like Eric said, it's like, whoa, she's a showstopper from the trim to the cape to the dynamics and details of the tattoo, which we had already, but I feel like the tattoos now are a bit more prolific.
Yeah,
and the layers of gear, the leather armor, you know, she's not stocked with, you know, just the basic parts we saw in the 2.0s before. The library has since evolved, and we have, you know, more I guess attractive head sculpts. It's not the generic expressions. We have some depth and some majesty to these female head sculpts now.
Yeah.
And it's leaps and bounds than what it was before. I mean, we still have the weird feet, the wedges that can't quite stand up, but forgivable because everything else just works for her. And I know we had the ultimate, the final reveal of the to be the chaser, but to me, this is the chaser.
Yeah,
incredible. Let's 3D guys. Let's get some feet out there. Get some feet, right? Some new ones, you know, don't fit in there,
right? Shoot.
Am I pushing it now? But yeah, Bill says the loincloth alone makes such a huge difference.
Totally.
It really does. Look from here to here.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, here she is.
Dude, I forgot about the magic effects, bro. Oh my god.
She's just perfect. I will say the torso on the version 1 would make a great supplement or swap out a substitute for the version 2. I still think having that vibrant color pattern would
with the red
I think it would add a little bit more. I mean, it looks great the way it is, but I remember someone saying they were I was having a conversation with someone yesterday. They wanted to get the version 1 and swap out the breastplate to see if it would kind of add to her aesthetic, and I'd be curious to see what it looks like. But you know,
as a customizer, I'm looking at it just thinking adding paint to that leather upper torso to mine. You know what I mean? Just to get that pop right there in the chest area. I think that I would look dope.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, look at man.
So here's the loadout,
bro. Those magic effects. Get the fuck out, bro.
So 2 heads. Good. I have heard a couple of people say that it's the Thrace head, right? Is the other head repainted, and that they're so into that Thrace character, or that she landed at the beginning of this year, so she's still fresh in mind. So that's how they still think of her. But I think the paint job does wonders, and even if that's the deal, you still have the hooded head, which sort of is like really the Azza head to me, right? The hooded head really speaks Azza to me. But yeah, Late Night, you're right. The magic effects to me completely changed the game on these figures. We've got the spell book on the chain, 3 sets of hands, the belts, more weapons, pauldrons, full loadout here. Oh yeah, $37 figure.
Yeah, what? Dude, that spell effect where it's throwing the skull. Get the fuck out with that, bro.
I love that.
Like, dude,
man.
are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, bro? That's ridiculous. It's so
I'm already
good.
in love with this figure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a good one, bro. That new staff is dope too, bro. I love that new staff. That's
Crystal
so
at
good.
the end, the spiral grip, gold, staggered.
Yeah.
I love it.
So good.
And of course,
coup de grace.
The money shot.
I wasn't the only one.
The
that
money
walked
shot
my
for
mind.
sure. Come on, bro.
Every year he raises the bar, and I really do think Trevor shines when you get to these undead, spectral, supernatural characters like the Necronominus. You know, his pictures for Necronominus were crazy. This is one of the best pictures I've seen that he's put together. I need this in sort of like an oversized poster in my basement, framed.
Yeah, when he comes out with these prints, it's a definite buy for sure.
Yeah. And look at this.
Yeah.
Curtis mentioned last night on the after show too, is that, you know, number one, there's a lot of people like, you know, throwing some shade on Hagan because they're wrong about their opinions. And my opinions are correct. And Hagan rules. But seriously, is that, you know, so Hagan, you know, was a reissue. The blue Hagnons came out already, but now you look at this picture and you're like, all right, well, don't you need like 7 Hagnons really
You
at
need
some
more
point?
Hagnons.
Because they need to be raised from the dead by Azza.
And it's a bit poetic too, because you figure, you know, if Hagan was losing any steam at all, this is quite literally raised it from the dead, and now everyone's going to go and grab a bunch of them from the retailers.
Oh, but prices just skyrocketed on Hagan, bro.
Yep.
Secondary market prices just skyrocketed, bro, with this shot.
And we've got an early favorite in the clubhouse for action figure photo of the year to me.
Dude. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Automatic nominee right here.
How can it not be, bro?
Oh, yeah. Jordan notes, Dennis Derby nailed that head. Yeah, Dennis had done a custom similar to this using this race head.
Yeah,
he did. Dennis is a bit of a prophet when it comes to some of these designs. You know, he imagines them, he makes them, and then not too long after they come to fruition. So we have to watch Dennis very closely.
Dennis is like the Simpsons to 4-H, bro.
Yes.
Bill makes a really good point here.
I agree.
Yes, you can. The dead.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but just amazing. Really amazing.
Beautiful figure, man.
All right, so this was the last reveal of the wave. So again, the whole story was the Dark Four have fallen, everything's in ashes. There's a new wizard that's going to come through and sort of collect the stories, rebuild the library, as it were, and make sure that everybody knows what happened here. And here he is. This is the guy who's going to do it. There was a tease the day before the reveal where you saw like part of like a wizard's arm or whatever and a staff, I think. And it's this guy who is another wizard, but a completely different kind of wizard, like a traveling wizard who's been around the block a few times. And now he's settling into his new role to sort of collect these stories from the Great War. Shui, or as we called him last night, Shui.
How, Shui? How? You don't got the answers.
But some cool stuff going on here. A different kind of wizard, like I said. The face has some different, details in it, which show this guy's age. He's got his different historical texts and stuff on chains around his body here that he travels with. And he has a Force Ghost version of himself, where we get Force Ghost hands, magic effects, and the head and beard, which is pretty cool. What do you guys think about Shui?
I'm not particularly a fan of the wizards. I'm like I said, I'm more of a barbarian knight kind of build out fan. I think it's cool. I think it's got a lot of great parts to it. I'm in particularly interested in that new body that's underneath there because if you notice, it's got like 2.0 like cloth arms and legs, like he's wearing some type of pants. I don't think we've seen that in a build yet. And those are like 2.0 size boots. So that's kind of cool to me. I think that's kind of cool to kind of strip it down and look at it from that aspect of what I might be able to do with a character like this, other than, you know, I might make that into like some kind of ranger or maybe like a thinner, more sleek style rogue character if with a repaint and whatnot. As far as like I said, as far as the wizards are concerned, I might add a wizard or two to my entire collection to, you know, be with like the convocation of Basilia or something like that, or one of the magic faction groups. But I mean, I just, like I said, it's not my cup of tea. I know there's a lot of people out there that have been, you know, just spinning their wheels, just waiting for wizards to hit the market, and when they finally did, people were just losing their minds. So big ups to all those people, and I'm hoping that this figure kind of hits all those points and then some for you. I love all the extra accessories. That's very dope. All the extra stuff that he comes with, the scrolls, the books. I think he might have come with maybe one or two extra magic effects, but I mean, like I said, I'm sure you can borrow those from other figures, or like I said, other 3D parts, you know, makers that are making spell effects and stuff. I'm sure they're gonna have plenty to go about doing that. And I really dig one part I really dig the most is the translucent head. I like the Force Ghost head because I think that head would look cool on a Hagan body.
It might. Yes. Also,
I think it'd be like a cool different version of like a Hagan, you know what I mean?
Attention to detail moment. So we've got the Force Ghost head, two different sets of Force Ghost hands, the magic effects in the Force Ghost translucent color, and a Force Ghost translucent neck peg. So that when you use the head, it makes sense. Like, that's attention to detail that I appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
So that's it. That's Shui, man. That's the wave. That's the wave, right? Yep, that's the wave. And here's one last photo from Trevor as Shui is, you know, walking through the rubble and I guess finding his way through the different tomes and gathering the texts and putting everything back together.
I gotta say, I do love. I mean, throughout this entire wave, I do love the color palette that they just. I mean, they just threw everything but the kitchen sink in the color palette.
Right? Yeah,
it's so good, man. This wave is so colorful. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of purples, some brighter colors there. Like, I really dig it.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No circle to the knights, though.
Yeah. Caitlin Hager says, imagine these ghost parts with some undead builder parts and Marley parts could be great. I thought the same thing when I saw the color of his translucence.
Oh, just wait till you get all of that stuff in your fodder bins together. There's going to be some great stuff to build with all those parts together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's you don't think about it now when you just have the one piece, but later on down the line, you're gonna pull all those pieces out and put them together. Yeah, it's gonna make some great pop and swaps for sure.
So, guys, final thoughts. The wave is now on pre-order. Let me get your final reactions to the wave overall, and then and what's your plan? What's your plan for the wave?
So it'll definitely be a cherry pick, not necessarily an all-in, but definitely the deluxe night. All the named characters, all the tributes, because we gotta hook up our friends and get some autographs going. And Azza all the way, a little bit of Shui. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Yes. LeBron, you still considering?
For me, 100% on Azza. Let's see, Azza, probably at least two of the Blue Shield soldiers, because like I said, a lot of us, especially me too, I've been waiting for that deluxe builder set. And man, I mean, everybody knows the secondary market price on those are ridiculous on that original one. but everybody's wanted it, just like the old school Barbarian Deluxe set. So definitely a few of those. Pass on the Frost Ogre. Sorry to say, like I said, I'm just not an ogre guy, so I don't have any. Probably one of the Gold Skeleton 2s. Probably do one of those to start. Definitely Yosef for my boy Joe. Definitely added that to the collection. And the big one is definitely going to be Kaipacha. That's the winner for me. Kaipacha is going to be a huge order for me. I might have to do like 8 to 10 of those. It's that one's fire for me. Oh, and the goblins. We forgot did we do the goblins? We didn't. We forgot the goblins.
We did not do the goblins.
The
so
goblins,
Kirby,
yeah, bro. That's whoa. I was gonna say, wait a minute, we missed something
Kirby,
here.
No.
Kirby in the chat was like, I feel like something we forgot something or something got skipped. And I was like, we missed something. I pulled all the photos of the goblins, didn't drop them into the slideshow. It was a quiz. I was testing you to see if you would remember.
For the goblins, bro.
Best for last.
Yeah, best for last. That's what we were doing.
You passed. Yeah. So the malignancy of Gob Hollow, one of the coolest parts, to be honest with you, of this whole darn thing. So this was the 2-figure goblin set, named after the Malignancy Goblin group and the admins of that group, including Mock House Seal, and Tobin, and Peter, and Patrick Peterson, and Kirby, which is why Kirby changed his name to Kirby. Yo, Kirby, congrats, man. That was so freaking cool.
Indeed.
Big congrats, bro. Big congrats to, I mean, dude, what, 4, 5, 6 freaking tributes to our friends of the community, man. It's like, Stephen, Jonathan, Stephen, Seth, all I'm saying, bro, is when are we getting ours, bro?
All in good time, sir.
All in good time, yeah. I'm just figuring they're just going to name the dragon Late Night. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Late Night Lizard, baby.
The Late Night Lizard. Nah, but big ups to all these guys that got these named characters, bro. It's so cool. And man, I hate to say it, but hell yeah, let's go goblins. You know, let's go, bro. Let's go. Whole next level of goblins.
So it's a 2-figure set for anybody that doesn't know. But there are enough parts to make 4 completely unique goblin figures, wired soft goods, all of this craziness. So these are the 4 different figures you get here. And again, the one on the right here with the horns on the helmet, that's the Mock figure. That's a tribute to Mark House Seal, how Jeremy would say it. With his Rhode Island accent. Check out the loadout here, guys. Here's the Mock loadout.
So sick. And how about us finally getting that pig face that we've been seeing on the packaging artwork for years, bro? Yes. For years we've seen that. And like, when is that character coming up? So cool.
And not really remarked and acknowledged as a good surprise. I think that's one of the better surprises of the wave.
Yeah, this was cool, man.
And
digging these, bear arms
goblin
and legs. Come on, bro. We've been waiting for you. You know how many freaking Marvel Legends arms I try to use to make bear goblin arms. You know what I mean?
And articulated icons, the ninjas.
Yeah. Those and what worked good was the UFC female arms from the UFC figures.
Oh, man.
I was using those. It's like I was using anything I could under the sun for a goblin arm, man. It's like, damn. Yeah, that's this is a cool set. This is definitely a cool set to get for sure. Yeah, definitely a few of those. I mean, to top it off.
And another thing that was cool about it was, so previously Anthony and the dwarves, the kings under the mountain, got their moment under the sun with the dwarf 2-pack, right, from the Rising Suns wave. Now the other House Seal, Mark House Seal, gets his moment in the sun with the Malignancy and the Goblin 2-pack, which is pretty amazing. You had to believe that there would be some kind of reaction from the other side, from the faction here. let's all find out together what that reaction's going to be. Here it is. This is the reaction from the Kings Under the Mountain.
Disappointment.
Straight disappointment, bro.
How about that swerve though when they brought up the Year of the Dwarf graphic and then just
from the goblins. That was hilarious.
Thanks for that, Ant.
Don't cry, Anthony. You had your moment in the sun, bro. It's all good.
Thanksgiving will be interesting this year.
Oh,
okay. So now that's it. That's the whole wave. But yeah, I think it's a monster wave, much bigger than I thought it would be. Lots of incredible stuff. Version 2s, which people wanted. Version 2s, which I didn't see coming. Packed full of value. And this is the build. Okay? This is the build towards the end of the year. If we're starting with this massive wave as the build toward whatever happens at the end of the year, I think that's a hell of a start. For me, I think as of right now, it's one all in.
Nice.
I don't know if and typically I'm not a guy who goes like multiple all-ins or anything like that. Like I'll go one all-in. Maybe I might get a couple more of a figure here or a figure there. But again, I have the luxury of being in the Northeast, so I think if I need multiples of other items, I can get them at shows. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But that's where I'm sitting right now. So I think to me, this is kind of an all-in wave. And I tell you what, there was a long period of time where I was hitting at least an all-in out of every release. And in the last couple, I really didn't. Part of it was the show thing. Part of it was space thing. Part of it is finances. Part of it is, maybe not, every figure's not always my favorite. I'm coming back to an all-in with this one. So I'm really pumped about this wave. There's a lot that I love about it. Again, my favorites, Azza 2, Gold Skeleton 2. I really like that Dark Centaur, actually. And what's funny is, LeBron, your favorite is the cat burglar. That's kind of the one that I'm sort of least on right now. And
see, different strokes for different folks, bro. That's like I said, and that's all good. That's why we're here, to have adult conversations about the things we love and not drag anybody down about it. You know what I mean? That's like I said. If it's your cup of tea, man, if you want to have 30 centaurs, have at it, bro. Like I said, that's your game. It's all good.
I'm reminded of that the commercial where the guy comes dressed to the party as a centaur. Oh no, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what kind of party this was. And they're like, no, you can still come in as a no, I better not. All right, let's do this last giveaway. Steph, are we good?
We are good, sir.
Flaming Sword. Let me give you a quick solo. Show them the goods, please. Beautiful.
So good, bro.
Hot.
That is hot.
There we go. Let me do the old screen sharing here. Again, it's hashtag Detour. Hashtag Detour. This is your last chance to win the final giveaway for Saturday Day Live, June 1st, 2024. Hashtag Detour. Win yourself a flaming sword with an effect piece. And we're going to run that giveaway right now in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Rayleigh Chisholm, congratulations.
Let's go.
Purple Gang in the house.
Nice.
Winning the flaming sword. Congratulations, my friend. Steph, do you want Raylan to reach out to you? Reach out to me?
Yeah, Raylan, hit me up. I'll take care of you.
There you go.
For sure.
Purple Ray in the house. Everybody congratulate Raylan here for winning the flaming sword. Good for you, dude.
Good job, Ray.
Very cool, man. Very cool. That's an awesome piece too, bro. You're going to love that.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
So Bill has invited me to write a 5-paragraph essay about why Kai Pacha is not my fave. I feel our community needs it. I agree. I think it's gross that the Four Horsemen are forcing me to buy Kai Pacha.
Forcing you.
That's right.
Here we go.
But seriously, that's cool. I'm so happy to. I wasn't expecting a full wave this time of the year.
Not at all, bro.
Yeah,
not at all.
What up? Speaking about somebody who's killing it right now, Duarte Studios. I don't know. One of the hottest non-Legions lines going right now are those Jada Toy Street Fighter figures.
Yes.
I'm on the hunt for Dalsim. Haven't found him yet. LeBron was out looking for me today.
None of the vendors had him, man. None of the vendors had him at all. They hadn't even shipped to the vendors over there. So I was surprised I already have mine, bro. So I was like, what? Like, okay. But I
bring that up because Duarte has done a Street Fighter diorama. Late Night has one. I think Jay Hernandez might have one.
Yep.
They're up for pre-order right now. Duarte Studios, you can get his Street Fighter diorama.
Worth every penny, bro. Worth every penny, bro. They're so good.
Brian, what do we got on the turtle van, man? What's happening?
That's another thing that's just fire, bro.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Seats. Get out, bro. Those turtle vans are just ridiculous, bro.
Brian is always, you'll never have it again the same way. This guy is incredible.
All right, so let me take down this banner.
That's why it's such an honor to have a piece like that freaking Street Fighter piece. I mean, that's a piece of artwork, bro. Anybody that walks into that room, they're like, oh my God, look at that. That's freaking incredible. I'm like, yep, that's why it's there. It's like center stage in my room, man. It's like, it's just a beautiful, beautiful display piece. So perfect, bro. Yeah. If you guys haven't jumped on that, anybody that's watching this, man, you have to, I mean, if you had any love for Street Fighter in any part of your childhood,
yeah,
like I said, grab a few of those freaking Street Fighter figures and one of those dials, your life will change, bro. It's a game changer.
And it'll work for Storm, the SHF Street Fighter figures, any Street Fighter figures.
Any Street Fighter, yeah. If it's the Jada toys or if you have the old Storm collectibles, yeah, it works for both sizes perfectly. It looks amazing, bro.
Uh-oh. Here we go. We call this in the business. We call this a tease.
Hey, yeah.
Brian says, "I'm not done with the turtle stuff. Stay tuned. I'm just getting warmed up." Technodrome. Stewart playset. Blimp.
Ridiculous, bro.
Hello.
Yeah.
Neutrinos. Hello. Let's go.
But yeah, so what's up, guys? So here we are. We're at the outset of the summer now. We've got a lot of stuff ahead of us. Maryland Toy Show we'll be at next week. SDCC is coming out. We got IshCon coming up. Actually, there's a bunch of stuff coming up. Heroes Con coming up later this month. IshCon in August. SDCC in July. And then a bunch of stuff in September. Like I think we got RetroCon. There's another ZoloCon coming up around there.
Zolo. ToyCon is in September too.
ToyCon. It's gonna be nuts, dude. Oh, look at this. I didn't know that. Jordan says he's going to be in Maryland, so Purple Gang in the house.
Yeah,
nice.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Guys, any final words here before we wrap up? It's been a blast hanging out, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me,
man. Oh, so glad you were on the show, man. It's been great to have you hang out, man, for sure.
You guys give me life. I feel like you've arrived. I'm the blue Hagan emerging from the ground. You guys are my as a spirit mended version too.
You've risen, bro. You've risen. Hey, and make sure you jump in my DMs, bro, when it comes around time when you guys gonna get down here. Let me get me your flight information, like when you guys are planning on flying in. Like I said, if you can make those reservations, I know. I mean, what's the con? Is it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Or are you going all 3 days?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, you're going 4 days.
Ooh.
Bruh. You gonna have enough money for that, bro?
I don't think so.
Well, like I said,
he'll make his own money.
If you burn out after a few days, like I said, you come swing my way or swing my way before you go to the con, bro. Just let me know. That way I make sure I'm off that night or that day or whatever. You know what I mean?
Brick in the house. We got you before we were done, Brick. What's going on, my man?
Yeah.
Jordan, Purple Gang tonight, right? I presume there's a Purple Gang show at 9:00 tonight. Shout it out, Jordan, if I'm wrong or not. But Steph, dude, listen, you know how it is. I love you, man. Thank you so much for making some time to come hang out. Means a lot. I can't wait to see you in person next week.
We're gonna have a blast. gonna be great.
Brian says he's gonna try to make the SDCC trip before IshCon, so he'll be at SDCC. Or excuse me, he'll be at IshCon. He's gonna try to be at SDCC. Jordan says, "Oh yeah. Purple Gang Gang tonight, 9 p.m. Purple Gang Gang live. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Gorich, the Unpredictable, is the guest tonight.
Yeah.
Holy crap, you guys! You don't want to miss this. Purple Gang Gang tonight, 9 p.m. So less than an hour on the Purple Gang Gang YouTube channel with Chris Gorich, the Unpredictable. I don't know if the universe can survive what's going to happen tonight.
That's going to get crazy, bro.
Yeah. All right, yo. Thank you again so much, everybody who stopped in and hung out with us today on a Saturday. If you check us out on the replay, thank you for doing that as well. Please hit the like button. Throw us a comment. What's your favorite figure out of this wave? What's the one that actually spoke to you the most? Tell us about it. We appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in, as always. Steph, thank you one more time. Late night. Thank you for always being there, bro. Most appreciated.
You know it.
And yeah, that's about it. Until the next time, don't forget the #1 rule, which is be cool. Later.
Yeah.